Hello and welcome back to the next episode. We are entering episode 15 and the Jupiter campaign is ongoing. As we saw at the end of last episode, we can take out a station without problem here. And now what we are going to do is we're going to continue. We are going to go for the other stations here. So currently there is one on Ganymede and one on Europe, or Europa. Let's see, this takes 1 week, this takes 1.4, 1 week. We do have time, as we saw there's nothing on its way as of now. So I'm going to go and just head off to the Ganymede station and continue our conquest there. Meanwhile, our marines are under construction here. Oh, there's a shipyard slot free. So let's check this out if there's anything we can refit on the... No, there's nothing we can. So I'm going to leave it empty for now because we don't really have that many resources and I don't really have that much mission control and have to see where we are with our fleet numbers, so I have to calculate a bit. So the marines are under construction still on Jupiter. So we are in 43 days, most likely we are going to have enough. Actually, I have to also queue up stuff here on Mars again. Further upgrades to our existing ships. And probably I think in 43 days it should be fine, right? We do have 297 now. And we go against 44.4, 44.4 and 47.4. So, no, it's not going to be enough. We need another batch of marines after this. And then we do have enough, because 24 times 4 is, of course, 96. But that's not enough then to get us to the required amount here. And further, also I'm going to do is investigate our main fleet on Earth here. We do have 25 ships as of now here, but a lot of ships are on upgrade duty currently, so they are not deployed because they're getting upgraded to the newest version. But we do already have a few ships here in there, which would be candidates for going to Jupiter. Not Jupiter, but Saturn. So we already have 3, 6, 7, 8, including 2 Lancers. One of them is still version 3. This one is going to get upgraded. And of course, we're going to upgrade the others as well before we send them out. But what I want to say is, also there is the ISS fleet still, which also has a lot of ships which are in Jupiter category, so they can also go to Saturn. And therefore, what's that actually? Why is that not in the main fleet? I don't know. So we are going to build a Saturn fleet here, and the Saturn fleet, of course, will then fly outward as soon as I feel it ready. So based on the fact what we have here, this is a bit overkill. We have 40 ships here. We want 5 Lancers, we want a flagship, and then we want a few railguns and a few PDC ships, but the Lancers are now the new PDC ships because they have the strong PDCs. 5 times 3, that's 15 modules. And in comparison, the PDC classes here, they only have 2. So that's a lot less. And also they don't have the modules to bump up the efficiency of the PDCs. Therefore, the Lancers are a lot stronger. And I'm going to just keep building those up. I think I'm going to actually do another batch of 5 Lancers afterwards for another outer system fleet. But we do lack the mission control to support this. So that's our main problem currently. Right now, we can see here that most of our stations here are +1 because we do have the Ops Center now finished here. And we can see that in our income, which has gone down significantly. Of course, there are still some, like our shipyards, which do not have the Ops Center, and some of our research stations. But I think I'm going to keep it like this for now. And the bigger question rather is, what can we do now to expand our mission control further? What I want to do right now is kick out Japan out of the Eurasian Union so that we can finally integrate Russia into the EU. However, we do have other problems there as well, because currently the EU doesn't have any unity left. Basically, because we merged the Turkestan into it, and that gave us a lot of hostile claims, like Tashkent and all the ones which we didn't have a claim on. There are no hostile, and we have to work through this. That's why I'm investing heavily into government and unity now, which is going to increase the score here. We're already at 15 of 200, and then 1 or 2 of those will disappear very quickly. But in the end, this is going to take a while. I think I'm also going to push in the project which increase the unity output, because we do have very bad efficiency here. And that's more or less the Earth game. Russia here has also 3 provinces, which would not be a claim. Therefore, would also... Oh, 4 actually. 4 even. So they would be hostile claims as well, which is unfortunate. But that's okay. So we just need to fix this further. I'm going to peacefully transfer stuff over from Russia to the EU as much as we can before we later on take the remaining stuff from Russia. And now we have to we are going to abandon Japan again. And I'm considering to also abandon Iran in the favor of taking Canada, and then maybe prepare something in the administration, alternatively going into South Africa here to prepare the South African project here in all its glory, if possible. I'm not sure if I can make it work, and if I want to bother with that currently, because we do need to take control of the major nations eventually anyway, due to the fact how the academy conditions probably work. I don't know the exact victory conditions at the end. But now, let's continue, and the campaign will accelerate faster now, due to the fact that we can strike back, and we are going to strike back hard. Okay, here we go. We are taking over alien bases in the Jupiter system, and we captured a live avian alien. Having recovered and performed initial assessment of a living griffin creature, we have no doubt that this is a sapient species. An obvious intelligent glint in the otherworldly eyes, but also what looks for all the world like fear. Despite its grotesque appearance, it seems strangely cowed, even differential in the presence of humans, flinching when we draw near and showing no objection to any request we make of it. Those few that it understands at least. This behavior would seem to suggest that the creature is accustomed to following orders, whatever place a griffin occupy in the alien hierarchy. It is surely not one of leadership. Oh, we also got a warder. The body of the creature we have, in the absence of words to better reflect this beast's frightful appearance, named a war dog, has been sent for further study. A pre-autopsy assessment has confirmed it to be a non-sapien. The brain is small, encased within an unusual thick skull, and as with the canines for which it is named, its appendages would simply not be capable of operating tools or weapons. The warder corpse does display some visible commonalities with what we have observed of the primary aliens, suggesting that they may originate from the same world. But this particular creature bears all the hallmarks of a subservient race. It is quite clear a natural-born killer, and perhaps even an apex predator, but trained to obey and to attack. Ooh, 2.8 exotics from that loot. Nice. And now we went down to very few marines, so we have to repair immediately again. 5 days. That's okay. So we're going to just do that back and forth. And also, it is time to prepare our second fleet. So I have collected all the ships I can get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Lancers, a flagship. And then we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Jupiter rails at least. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 PDC ships even, and then we can make another. Okay, so that's a very big fleet again. It's not totally even, but our main fleet is a little bit lightweight. Saturn fleet. So this one, 26 ships with a lot of firepower. We should refuel it though. And now let's see, if we want to go to Saturn here. For example, we fly to Titan itself. Ooh, that's not... Maybe we have to increase our fuel. We're also in a somewhat suboptimal launching window here. So we could use the time to boost up here, right? So let's see. Ship class, we take the Lancer here. And then we do an example transfer from our shipyard to Saturn to Titan. Like this. And if we go to 200 kps, we go to 35 weeks. Okay, that's definitely an argument to be made. At 250 it only goes down to... Yeah, more than 274 will not be useful. Okay, let's design this. So currently it would be 48 weeks. If we increase to at least 200 kps, it would go down to 38 weeks. 37. You would lose a little bit of acceleration, but it's not a lot. Would cost us a lot of water though. I mean, why not? We are going to need that anyway. Yeah, going to... Let's check this out. Lancer 5. Saturn. Save design. And if we were to refit the ship we have here. So, where are you? Lancer. We would need to throw 180 water and 20 metal on top of this. It would only take 0 days, so this is perfect. I think I'm going to do this and then I'm going to send it out. So this is the plan. The question is, are these enough ships and do we have enough left home? I don't think we have enough. Or maybe we have enough. I have to check what's still in the queue in the shipyards. Like there's a battleship finishing up, so that would, for example, be helpful. Definitely. Why do we only have... Oh. Thought we only have 4 Lancers, but we have 5. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to upgrade my fleet to a higher KPS amount, and then we can also wait a few weeks for a better launching window. And then we can get started. I do think that's a good idea. We don't need to rush anything here. Big question still is, what do we do with the Marines? But I do think that I want to rather send the Marines from Jupiter to Saturn, but... Ooh, that might be risky because they might get intercepted. have to think about this. Maybe I rather want to send the Marines with my Jupiter fleet to Uranus or Neptune. Just move them out. Probably that's a better idea so that they are protected. Dangerous territory here. We have to be careful because the ships are pretty weak and pointless. So if once something intercepts them, they would be dead. But yeah, let me rebuild the fleet for Saturn here. Holy smoke, I just looted 15 exotics from one of the alien bases here on Callisto. I think that's the highest number I've ever seen. Yeah, that's insane. And I think that's the last base on... Yeah, that was the last base on Callisto itself. Which means I'm going to fly to... What's that? What's the servant doing here? Let's start with Europa here. And then let's see how developed is that servant base here. Oh, it's in the beginning. So maybe I just invade that and take it over and say thanks. And meanwhile, the Saturn fleet has been upgraded. It's on its way. It will arrive in November. So this year. So we're going to see a foothold there as well. And I made a plan that I want to upgrade my Jupiter fleet to the Saturn class ships as well. For which I'm basically just waiting for the last set of oh yeah, right, I already started. I thought, like, didn't I make Marines? Yeah, I wanted to make Marines, but I decided to already start upgrading stuff here. And therefore I'm going to just upgrade my things through here. This one is still unpowered because it's under construction, but it's going to finish in a few days. And then this one will also help refactoring my Jupiter fleet to the new standard. Therefore, getting me a better fleet and everything I want. So that's, of course, best here. So I'm just going to further queue up stuff here as much as I need to. Here and here. So these will all take a bit because they have also the armor upgrades and so on. But eventually this will work out. It will take it will take a bit of time, like half a year probably. But we do know that there will be an attack against us here in Callisto in July. So we anyway have an incentive to stay here for a while. So we can use the time as well. And I'm also considering to maybe increase our armor on our ships if we have the resources and the acceleration to do this. But something I'm going to investigate over time. Right now we are pretty much at the capacity limit of our mission control here. So 20 more are coming in, which are Lancers. And afterwards, I'm not sure how we continue here. Because what should we do? I don't know. Probably take over Canada. That will get us like 10 to 15 additional mission control, but that's not going to fix everything long term here. So let's keep going. Well, I have decided that it's time that we look into the factions that we do not like. So I'm trying to hunt down a servant and I'm trying to hunt down a protectorate agent. I found a servant and I flipped him to my side, and now we see that there is an alien facility in Luanda, Chicago, Toronto, Juba, a lot of those, and I'm going to hunt them down. However, there is a small project I think that I can do. Was something here with the... No. Yeah, alien assault gets +3. I'm going to do this one. I'm also going to wrap up the wormholes, which I just saved for a few weeks. Now I'm asking myself if there is another one which maybe gives us stuff for assault alien asset. Because that would be perfect. Oh yeah, we need to do alien warships. Urgently. And security measures as well. A lot of stuff we still want to do. So all of that is probably a no. Same here as well. Oppression, we don't need... Wait a second, was that oppression? Ah, oppression, no, we don't care about oppression. We don't want oppression. I think that's the only one we have available. Maybe down here. Doesn't... assault enemy... space asset. Okay, no. That's not what I want. Alien robotics is something we definitely want for the shipbuilding here. So that's something we should pull up. A lot of stuff. But although we don't really care about shipbuilding speed anymore. But yeah. So. That's the one thing. We got the spy. So let's look at that. We can now ascertain all details of the servants here. So they are currently doing... Let's call it whatever. United North America. Yeah, that's not really worth it anymore. They are far away from their goal, of course. And... that's all fine. And afterwards we go into the Protectorate.
Things are stabilizing.
Ideally we also break into the Protectorate. There we go, wormholes. The phenomena known as wormholes entail 2 points in space-time connected via an instantaneous quantum tunnel, most likely propped open by matter with negative mass. Though theorized about as early as the 1960s, they have never been proven to exist until now. Our deep space scans indicate a localized gravitational anomaly beyond the orbit of Neptune, where there very much should not be one. Specifically, we are registering gravity flowing inwards from a point orbiting an otherwise nondescript celestial body in the Kuiper belt. Our readings appear consistent with that of a stable Alice rainhole. In other words, we believe we are looking at the first recorded instance of a traversable wormhole.
Chancellor, the alien wormhole is a gateway into our solar system, but we believe the door swings both ways.
The Hive created an artificial space-time discontinuity, aka a wormhole, at their base in the Kuiper belt. In any other circumstance, this would revolutionize our understanding of physics and open up new branches of science. In our present situation, it primarily represents a threat. So long as the wormhole is active, the Hydras will be able to continue to reinforce the invasion forces. However, the wormhole also represents an opportunity. We could, in theory, take advantage of the Hydra wormhole to contact the Hydra leadership directly. The problems with this plan are obvious and massive, yet it represents our only reasonable chance of achieving a permanent peace, and there is a new energy and commitment among our personnel. Let's get to work. Okay, now we have to research the choke point. That's something we are going to do pretty soon. I'm going to push Salamander interrogation here for the purpose of assaulting these bases here on Earth, getting the exotics and slowing down the the alien progress. What's that? Ah, our spy reports. I was confused, like, what is he doing?
Mission complete.
And I'm going to disband an army here because we do have so many armies now. So let's go with the second army here. Bye-bye. I will go down to 8 here. That should be enough for now, because we are going to get more armies from Russia here. 2 more, which will get us to 10 again. Good. And also the Jupiter campaign is almost done. So there's 1 mining base left, which is of course not a lot. And Jupiter fleet, of course, here. Yeah. Is there anything else very important currently? Yeah, our mission control problem is not getting better. which is very problematic. I mean, I can sneak more control points to Canada to get another 6, but it's not really worth it. And we continuously build up the European Union, but we only have 6 left here, so that's also nothing, which is a problem as well. And we still have to fix our hostile claims here in the EU, which is annoying, but we can't change it. Yeah, so let's continue forward and prepare for the Saturn campaign. Okay, to wrap up this episode, I have started... I know. 2 things. First of all, I have started on trying to push public opinion in China here. So that's something I'm working on now, because I made the decision that I don't want to go too crazy on the Commonwealth anymore, because it's probably not worth the time. I rather need one of the large techs under my thumb now if I want to ever invade the alien administration. So, for example, the Chinese navies here would be very useful. And that's going to be a challenge, so I'm going to start early, and over time that will hopefully work out. And also the Saturn fleet is arriving at
Offering assistance.
obviously Saturn.
Offering assistance.
And I'm also playing around with the Protectorate here currently. I have a spy in them. I lost my servant spy, sadly, but I'm using the spy in the Protectorate here now to just annoy them. So of course that will cost them when I just take out agents from them. They will lose stuff, influence, orcs, and so on, everything like that. And that's exactly the goal here. Hostile takeover, okay.
Target neutralized.
There we go. One down in the Protectorate here. They immediately replaced it. But that's fine. They do not have that much influence here, so that's going to cost them. I'm not sure who's the new one. Can I immediately see that? I think I can, right? Should be the one without orcs. No, they immediately assigned new orcs to their whoever they just bought. But I'm going to just continue and take out agent after agent and detaining who I can, just to make them as weak as possible while I try to push into China. The first control point I want to take over is the Exodus one here, because it's going to be the easiest one. But that's still going to take time. And now let's arrive at... Oh, it's in November. Wrong month. Okay, I'm going to jump forward one more month. For some reason I thought it was October. Okay, now this time our fleet has arrived here in Saturn, unopposed as far as we can see now. And I'm going to hammer down my platform here, of course. And now this one has a construction module fission pile. I still didn't research the supply depot, but that's fine, because we want a space dog anyway. So let's do it like this. Then the fission pile. And big question is now, if we upgrade this immediately, it will take 60 days. Let's do it right away. Yeah, 5th of January, that's totally fine, because space dock is only finishing on 21st of December. The time delay doesn't matter. And now we're going to stay there. Also, there's the small mast fleet going to arrive here. And in the next episode, we are going to use that fleet. And now let's check if our mast stuff is finally done. Yeah, two more Marines. No, 3 here. 2 here. And then we have the Marine fleet updated to fly to Saturn as well. And there's also a major fight coming towards Callisto here with 20 ships. I'm going to wait for this. And also there's going to be a fight at Earth. So there's a lot of corvettes and everything coming here. And that's going to be quite useful. And then after these fights, I'm going to fly outwards with the most of the Jupiter fleet, I guess. I'm not 100% sure how I really want to do it, but yeah, let's see. Also, I'm currently waiting for a mission to the outer planets to finally go there. To the Cooper belt and especially Neptune and Uranus. And afterwards we go into the choke point here. I'm not sure if that's already the last quest we have to do. It might be, but I'm not 100% sure. I think no, wait a second. It would tell me that I get an orc, right? Yeah. This can't be the last one because I didn't get the victory orc yet. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, no. We don't have the final orc yet. So the big question is, can we break into China somehow? Maybe we do have to build someone towards persuasion as well, but everybody we have is very far away for this.
Prepping for the next mission.
So the best one is at 9 here.
Cleaning things up.
Only a few.
Don't let them find out. Prepping for the next mission.
Maybe Emma here we could change towards persuasion so that we have 2. I mean, in the end we will get the Xener Parasite emitter when we continue our projects. I think we do. That would be 3 persuasion for free, for money. And also we can do, and maybe we should actually pick that up right now. We can do the, where is that? The other projects which we can buy for money. Where did you go? Ah, neuroengineering here. I think we should pick that up now so that we can exactly buy in this direction here. Although money is becoming a problem slowly, but I guess it's okay. It will be like that. Okay. And now let's wrap it up here. Leave a like and subscribe, and see you in the next episode where we try China and where we of course try the Saturn campaign so that we dislodge the aliens from Saturn as well. So see you then.